There's the body as Russell presses up against the rope. Right hook, knocking. As again, Santiago eats a left hook. Round 6 had to be Santiago's best, as there is a big Rodriguez where they had to call the contest off. Rodriguez, if Russell's going to stick in his southpaw stance, and that's going to have to be a punch. Santiago's got to look up. And there's another left hook again. There's another fast jab again from Russell. Santiago kind of feinting the jab out there, and there's a left. Taking a look at some of the highlights of round 2. Here we go with the slip right there. And then here you see Santiago going down. And there's another left. Give him a little bit of a warning. And Russell block it with the game plan, as there's another body shot. Some of the highlights, and there is that straight left body shot by Santiago as he's starting to press on Russell. But I just don't see that it's been enough. Santiago with the looping left, and Russell with the straight left as Santiago.
Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 24 wins, 2 losses, and 5 draws. Introducing Alex Santiago, hailing from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Here is the WBA number 2 ranked bantamweight world contender, Russell.
Here on up is good. Touch him up. Let's go.
Welcome into the Dolby Live Theater here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Leading off here, Gary Antonio Russell. And Rodriguez, where they had to call the contest off. Rodriguez paw stance. And switch stances from time to time as we see him in his southpaw stance. Draw back in 2018. A fighter he cannot over. We see Russell just trying to get his timing down. 118-pound division. So we see Russell. Santiago, like we were saying, this is a huge opportunity for him, for Russell. But Santiago can hand him his first loss, as we see Santiago trying to get on left again. Followed with a double jab. And there we see the corner of Alexandro Santiago. That is where Santiago's strength is. You don't want to get into and try to go to the body. Trying to work off the jab. And that was a beautiful Santiago. If Russell's going to stick in his southpaw stance, as we. And there's an overhand right, but that's going to be key. A beautiful right hook right for Santiago. He will have an opportunity. But again, Russell is just so fast and technically sound. The unbeaten Russell. Back to it several times, as there's a left cross. And now we're starting to see Santiago take control of the ring. Raising Russell as Santiago trying to. And that's going to have to be a punch. Santiago's got to look up. That is the end of round 2. And then there is that looping left from Santiago as he was pressuring Russell. The 126-pound champ, Gary Russell Jr. We got more than enough to win tonight by Russell. So changing things up, going to the body, and now Santiago. There's another jab. And like I said, get on the inside. And he did a. There's a left, and again, Russell doing a nice job at changing levels up a little bit. Counter. Tie up, which he did. Whelm him. As we see Russell starting to amp up the volume. Significant, but nonetheless was able to slow down the momentum of Russell. This fight. And there you see a nice jab. There's an overhand right, but Santiago pushes Russell on the ropes. We've already seen a couple of times these guys get tangled up, as you see, as again, Santiago eats a left hook. He's enjoying it so far. He knows this is not going to be an easy one.
Hey, Gary, when the bell rings, stop, okay?
And Santiago, as both fighters were throwing, and you see a right as we begin round 4. There you see Russell knocking Santiago back. And Russell undefeated, 18-0 with 12 knockouts. Santiago, and there's another left hook against the ropes. Something to keep your eye out on. There's another fast jab again from Russell, which is his strength. Again, and he keeps pressing forward. There's a Santiago kind of feinting the jab out there, and there's a left. There's the body as Russell presses up against the rope. Right hook, knocking. Starting to find a home and there is another straight left on the chin and a left hook. And then there you see Santiago going down. And there is another left. Looking to engage. It is
in close. When he gets in close.
You can't argue with their resumes and what they were able to accomplish here in Tussle. Now pressing to round number 5, and this one's starting to heat up. Into the body. Landed the more significant shots, but again, Santiago still very... Santiago's not an easy fighter to fight against, as you're starting to see. Not backing down whatsoever. But for a guy that's very technical, had give him a little bit of a warning. And Russell block it. And there's another body shot, but a right. And then body shot as Russell's... Here in round 5, Santiago's starting to go to the body just a bit more. There's zoom action. There's another right hook. Russell. And straight left. I'm not sure if they tripped or if it was a slip. Nonetheless, that's it. Rip. And uppercut. Just missed. Like I was saying, I mean, Santiago is starting with the game plan. As there's another body shot again. And there's another defense as he's trying to fight out of it again. This was a round, if you're Santiago. And then here's that straight left that has continued. As we now look at the corner of Gary Antonio. Engage whatsoever. And at certain points, his division, 6 of 10. And there's Santiago. And there's a Santiago. And there is another very crisp. And then a body to use the jab, but Santiago again digging into the body. But now rupted, and now Santiago starting to gain some momentum. Levels. And there's a left. Santiago's really starting to let it rip. Left hook again, connect Alexandro Santiago. It's the ropes. This has been a very entertaining fight. Now the Santiago, man, his chin is just made of granite. And there is an uppercut again from Russell. Left, straight left again, but now Santiago is unfazed by these shots. And there is round 6 had to be Santiago's best, as there is a big, some of the highlights, and there is that straight left. If I heard correctly, I believe his corner was... It has worked favorably for Santiago in Las Vegas, Nevada. And there is another...
Watch your head.
There's a little bit of a clash of head. It's not the prettiest punch, but both connected flush. Body shot by Santiago as he's starting to press on Russell. Seems to be all the way back now. There's a left hook, and there's a body. Referee Alan Huggins blowing Russell, and Russell shaking his head. And there was one in that one. He's not going to make it pretty. This has not been an easy fight for Russell. And over the last several rounds, Santiago has been in firm pressure fighter. And there Santiago comes in, and Russell pressing forward. Santiago control in regards to ring generalship. We are around an overhand right. But like I said, I mean, Santiago. This is more Russell's speed. Santiago's on the inside, and Santiago trying to dip into the body, rip into the body right here, but Russell again just following.
Use it.
And this is exactly where able to get on the inside. There's a left hook that connected, and now this is where he's had his most success.
Watch your head, watch your head.
Not staying with Russell. And they're using those short lefts as Russell presses Santiago. Not easy, and Russell's been able to capitalize. Left, partially connected for Russell. Flush. We see the trainer. Pretty much asking Alexandro Santiago, slow down. And that was it, it worked. He said, we have no tomorrow. But I just don't see that it's been enough. Very favorably for Russell. And there's a huge and a tough fight. Close for both men. And now Russell. But again, it hasn't been up. And there's a straight left again. And Santiago's trying to dip on the inside right. Hook connecting. And now Santiago, the 8th round, and so far here in the 9th, Russell starting to turn it up. Russell trying to use the chopping right hook to create as he's working off the jab, but now Santiago pressing Russell. There's another stiff jab. As Russell is staying in the... It's certainly a close one. As he is clockwork. And then there's a straight left as the...
Hands up, hands
Last
up.
round. Tuck lock.
There you saw his brother Gary Russell Jr. imploring to close this out. I'd have Russell up, but not by much. And then some rounds in the 8th and the 9th. Santiago hand right. There's another body shot, and Santiago for either man. In my opinion, Santiago with the looping left, and Russell with the straight left as Santiago overhand left connecting. And that works in the favor of Santiago. And Russell sits on the ropes, and now Santiago with the odds having to come in again. And then a straight right connecting for Russell gets an opportunity to do that. That's when he's been at his best, and a huge hook from Russell. The fight. And an overhand left just. And then there's another looping left. Big straight left connected for Russell again, but Santiago presses forward. Santiago and Russell feels it, but Santiago comes forward again. Left that connected for Russell, and now an action throughout this entire fight. Things up here in the 10th round. There's some body shot just missing, but here was that big straight left. And like I said, I mean, Santiago's chin. It is going to be a close fight. Accuracy and connect the way.
96 to 94 in favor Gary Antonio